save the MMP back on YOLO for a little sailboat DIY fun. I got a lot of projects on the go right now. I'm working on weather stripping on my hatches in the cockpit. I just revarnished all of the combing, the teak combing that's probably 50 years old on this boat. It's a little rough. I've got some more work to do on the Dorade boxes, which are the vent boxes. Originally, I tried to varnish them, and they're beyond that. So they're going to have to come off, get all sanded down. The guys at Total Boat sold me a bunch of epoxy and some varnish, so I'm going to put some 6-inch cloth on those boxes. And I've got the new cowl vents to go on, so let's take a look. Okay, here's those Dorade boxes I was talking about. So they got some pretty good cracks in them here. They're screwed down to the deck. They're also screwed to the cockpit combing. There's a whole bunch of plugs here, so I'm going to have to drill out all these plugs to find the screws so I can unbolt them. The one on the other side's pretty much in the same shape, maybe a little even worse. Now, the other thing that I got here as the previous owner, what he did, he didn't want to drill a hole through the fiberglass deck, so he ran all of the cables for the solar panel and the VHF through the cowl vent. So I'm going to remove that. I've installed a scan strut cable grip, and the cables come down here and they go up into the bottom here. So you end up with a little drip loop so that the water doesn't run upstream into the boat. I've got some work to do here on my hatches, and the inside of the hatches, they used to have a weather stripping. There's the weather stripping. The adhesive's all let go, but the paint is all just destroyed in here. So this one here, I've taken off all the adhesive as much as I can and scraped off the paint. I'm going to try sanding it a little bit and see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to be any better than sanding, but there's a lot of loose stuff here. And then what I'm going to have to do is get a can of bilge coat and paint the underside of that. Okay, Dorade vents. So here's the old one. It's not in too bad a shape. It's kind of fading from the sun. It's starting to break up here. It's getting some weird cracks in it. And other than that, it's actually not too bad. So new one. So I ordered the one with the red interior. Looks a little nicer. You don't see it when it's so dirty. And it also has a cap. So if you want to take the scoop vent off in the winter or whatever, you can put the cap on it and seal it up. I don't know if I'll do that. I probably like to have the venting in the winter. And I might even put the bilge blower on the inside of this so that when the bilge blower runs, it draws air through this vent. All right, this turned out to be a funny little project. So I've got a lot of little plugs here that I had to drill them all out and kind of seek and find the screws. And there's way more plugs than there was screws, so I guess I'm going to have to drill them out and put new wooden plugs in and resand and varnish, and I kind of knew I was going to have to do that anyway. But I got a surprise when I took the box off. It was actually one screw that was broken off. It was broken off before I got here. But I expected this to be have another side to it, but it's kind of missing. The boat was repainted a few years ago, and it looks like this area was painted, and then the box was put back on after, which seems to be okay. So this is the heaviest wood I have ever seen. This thing weighs about 15 pounds. Looks like it's all fully varnished. It's got some little divots in it there for the water to run out if the water gets into it. But it's kind of weird construction. Maybe they didn't have boards wide enough for the snorkel that fits on here, the vent. So they added this little strip here. This is kind of weird. Kind of screwed it on. Why didn't they start with stock that was bigger? But I guess maybe they used stock that they had. I don't know. Anyways, we'll sand this whole thing up and put some 6-ounce glass on it and make sure it's not going to disintegrate. It's got quite a lot of cracks in it, but I think once I sand it and fill it and put the glass on it, and then I'll varnish on top of the glass. And I got some products from Total Bolt to do that. So the other one, haven't started yet. I've got to drill all these plugs out, take my cup holder off, which I just installed new cup holders, so those will have to come off. And we'll get this side off too. And then go to work. This one's really cracked here. All right, step one, sand the boxes. So get pretty nice and sanded, all nice and uniform. Still got a few cracks, but I think the epoxy will take care of that. A little bit more to do. We'll get it all down to the bare teak, and then we'll put some glass on. Well, we're coming near the end of the day. The sun's getting a little lower in the sky, and hatches look nice and painted. I used Total Boat's topside primer, and then I hit it with bilge coat. It's nice and white, bright. You can still see some of the paint that was underneath. You know, the surface isn't super nice and flat like gel coat, but it's good enough for the inside of a hatch. At least when you open the hatch, it's not super ugly. All right, well, the fiberglassing of the Dorade boxes was a charm. I ended up with a little exothermal event where my bucket that I had sitting right here on the bench started smoking. And I think the reason why was because I was using fast hardener. It's about 30 degrees out, so 82 maybe. And the whole thing started smoking. Even the fiberglass up here started smoking. I was getting this weird little superheated epoxy. Now I've heard that you might need to mix epoxy in small batches so that you don't have a big endothermic reaction. But I only had 5 ounces mixed. Even here, it overheated. So I'm gonna have to sand all this down, and hopefully I can save it and put another coat on of epoxy. Maybe I'll try the slow hardener, or only put half the amount of hardener in that's required. That'll probably take care of it.